Even though they say it's the cloud environment, but at the end of the cloud is always the server and the hardware that sits in the data center. So today we'll be uncovering what's inside a server and what will be your responsibility, what are the jobs that you need to do when building a server, and you as an IT support engineer or field engineer. Okay.
So you mean there is nothing called cloud?
There is cloud, but at the end it is the hardware server taken care by some other vendor that we call cloud. But we as a company, if we're using cloud, we don't need to have any hardware on our premises. But at the end, cloud means a rack like these, servers like these in the data centers. So we need to have the understanding of hardware. It is a must. Hardware are never going to get replaced. So we need to have a good understanding of hardware as well. Once you take the cover off, this is what a server looks like, and this is exactly the same server that are being used in the data center as well. We have different servers, we call it 2RU, 4RU, we have bigger servers with multiple CPUs and all, but this is exactly what a server looks like. So usually when you're handling a server, you will use a static band that we will pinch here and in our hand, just to make sure that the static energy that's in our body does not short circuit the motherboard. Okay, but it's not necessary. If you keep on touching the metal plate and you go ahead with the job, it's fine as well. So this right here are the fans that cools down the server. So with the new servers, everything is module based. So you can just, if one fan gets damaged or faulty, you need to replace it, you can just simply just take one single fan out. You don't have to change the whole panel. Just simply get a new fan and you can just simply plug it in. Same thing with RAMs. So these are the RAMs. You can just simply switch and change the RAMs, the DIMMs, and all these information, all these slots that we have here, we call it DIMMs. So there are different slots, and over here if you see, you can see different numbers up here that we have, and you can even refer to the back of the cover. Here we see that there are different numbers that are given, and if you want to populate the DIMMs, you need to follow this sequence. Whether if you want to put 4 RAMs, 5 RAMs, or you want to totally cap, you need to follow this model, and here you can see the DIMM number accordingly as well. So here these two are the CPU slot. This is CPU 1, this is CPU 2. If you look here, you can also see that there's the CPU slot written here. This is CPU 1 and this is CPU 2. So you can see that it's written there which CPU it is. So under this big thing, metal thing, we call it a heat sink. Under this is, we have something like this. So this is where the processor goes. If we just simply press it and bring it out, it's just a pinch mechanism, right? So this right here is the processor. This is the central processing unit, the processor that controls the that gives power and everything for the processing. Okay, so we just simply lock it in, and easy as that, it just latches and locks it. That's it. So if you want to change the CPU, you just change it that way, and then you put the thermal paste here and back of the heatsink, and then you fix it. So RAMs covered, this covered, and over here on the front we have the hard drive. So these are where the hard drives go. So these are the small 2.5 inches hardware. We have bigger hardwares as well, and even SSDs can go in here. So both hard drives and SSD. So HDD and SSD both can be used here. So this, what we have here is the bracket. We install the hard drive or SSD in the bracket, and then we simply install it. So it's easy to swap the hard drives as well. And over here, this is what we call a riser card, and this one right here is the LAN card. We also call NIC card. It is very easy to replace it as well. You simply unscrew these buttons, unscrew these nuts, and then this will simply come out and you can replace it as well. At the back here we have 2 power supply unit. These are for redundancy and for better power supply as well. So if any of the power supply goes faulty, we will get a red light indicating here, and if you need to replace it, you simply pinch it and you can just take it out just like this, and you get a new power supply unit. We call it PSU, and then you just simply plug it in. So this is all, most of the things that you guys as a field support engineer need to know for the hardware perspective side of a server. And all this green board that you see, that is the motherboard, and this right here is the CMOS battery that does the time management, and everything is responsible to make sure the time of the server is good. So This is all you need to do. So when you're building a server, you might have to add RAMs, you might have to add SSD. If there's an incident, it might be faulty PSU, faulty LAN card, you need to add a LAN card, change the Ethernet ports with fiber ports, just replacing the NIC card and replacing the CPU, adding thermal paste, changing faulty fan module. That's all the thing that you need to do. And these right here are the ports, and this one here we call DMARC. For Dell server, it's called DMARC. For HPE server, it's called ILO. So this is where we put the static IP, and we use that IP to remotely access the server. Any questions, guys?